Hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to this information session about CAIA exam and CAIA program and CAIA association. So I will share my screen right now. So I will talk about the CAIA association, what is the organization. Then I'll talk about our CAIA program, and then finally conclude talking about the CAIA exam and maybe give you some preparation tips before turning over to Q&A section, and also finally conclude with Kaplan's part of the presentation. So who are we? So we aim to enhance both investment results and societal benefits of capital allocation by providing professional training, ensuring transparency, and leading with innovative ideas across investment options. So first of all, we are an association. So we are a membership-based association. We are global, and you will see how diverse we are currently. We bring together several thousand, currently almost 14,000 alternative investment professionals globally. But the pathway to become a member of this association is to prepare yourselves through mastering CAIA curriculum and then passing 2 levels of exams. So currently we represent professionals from over 100 countries. We advocate top professional and ethical standards within the industry using our certification programs. We also offer unbiased views in various investment approaches and industry topics through our events and publications. So CAIA credential isn't just about understanding today's investment landscape, but also about being at the forefront of its evolution. It's about shaping the future of investing. So the traditional investment methods have served us well, but as markets evolve, so too must our strategies. The CAIA program places strong emphasis on enhancing the longevity and resilience of investments across various market cycles. So creating opportunities in emerging sectors. There is a growing interest in emerging industries, innovative technology, and niche markets, and CAIA can guide candidates on how to recognize and capitalize on these fresh opportunities. In terms of risk management, more diversification means less vulnerability. With the CAIA knowledge base, candidates will be better equipped to diversify their portfolios, reducing risks and enhancing potential returns. Also, earning CAIA credential is not just about personal or group advancement. It's about joining a global network of professionals dedicated to excellence in alternative investment sector. There's also continuous learning and adaptability aspect to CAIA program. So investment landscape is ever evolving, and CAIA program ensures we stay updated, adaptable, and always prepared for the shifts in the market. So let's quickly dive into a snapshot of CAIA's membership. We've got a robust community of more than 13,000 active members. Looking at the geographic distribution, the Americas currently boast the majority with almost 60%, followed by EMEA region at 29% and Asia Pacific region holding 12%. Now on to age demographics. Significant portion of our members falls within the 26 to 40 age range, indicating young and dynamic community. When we break down our membership by sector, private equity and public equities stand out, constituting 22% and 21% respectively. Other notable sectors include hedge funds at 12% and both real estate and public fixed income each at 8%. And lastly, a glance at gender demographics shows 84% male members and 16% female. So this gives us a comprehensive view of our diverse and expansive CAIA community. So another way to slice CAIA membership is to look at the diverse professional landscape of CAIA Association's membership. Our community boasts a vast array of industry roles that symbolize the holistic nature of our association, starting with the banking sector, to consultants, then to fund managers, asset owners, allocators, and the regulators. So when you ask yourself the question, why join CAIA? When you ask us this question, in the answer there are three words. First, visibility. Visibility for your skills and expertise. Then, continued learning, ensuring you're always ahead of the curve. And third, an expanded network connecting you with like-minded professionals globally. So expanding more on the membership. So being visible. Becoming of the CAIA Association offers unparalleled opportunities for visibility within the alternative investment industry. First and foremost, members receive a prestigious physical charter, a testament to their dedication and expertise which can be displayed with pride. In today's digital age, a digital badge further amplifies one's professional presence online, allowing members to showcase their CAIA affiliation on platforms like LinkedIn. The Member Spotlight feature offers an exclusive chance to be highlighted within the CAIA community, celebrating individual achievements and contributions. Lastly, but not least, the Career Center provides a dedicated platform for members to explore new opportunities, connect with potential employers, and further establish their presence in the industry. So through these offerings, CAIA ensures its members don't just belong, but truly stand out. So CAIA membership, the expanded network aspect. Being a member of CAIA Association unlocks the vast expanse of networking opportunities. So by joining various chapters across the globe, members can engage with local community of professionals, fostering connections and collaborations. Sharing expertise becomes an integral part of the membership experience, allowing members to contribute to discussions, learn from their peers, and position themselves as thought leaders in the alternative investment domain. Furthermore, the Get Social initiative amplifies the networking dimension. While following CAIA on social media platforms provides insights and updates, actively contributing to these platforms by adding one's posts creates direct touchpoints with a global network of peers. Engaging in these conversations not only bolsters individual professional growth, but also ensures instantaneous and meaningful networking. With CAIA membership, the world of alternative investments becomes a close-knit community, regardless of geographical boundaries. Continued learning aspect. CAIA membership stands as a beacon for those committed to their ongoing professional development in the world of alternative investments. By offering an array of learning resources such as blogs and newsletters, members are kept abreast of the latest trends, news, and insights in the industry. Additionally, the privilege of accessing exclusive publications like the Quarterly Mark ensures that members receive expertly curated, practical, and fresh perspectives, allowing them to stay ahead in their careers. Webinars presented by industry experts delve into specific topics, offering deep dives into the intricacies of the sector. Furthermore, educational events facilitate direct interactions with peers and thought leaders, fostering a vibrant learning environment. Through these varied resources, CAIA membership solidifies its commitment to nurturing a culture of continued learning, ensuring that its members are always informed, updated, and ready for what the future holds in alternative investments landscape. So the flagship of CAIA Association is its curriculum. So staying ahead in the ever-evolving financial landscape is paramount. CAIA Association recognizes this imperative and presents ahead of the curve curriculum in practice. CAIA curriculum is dynamic and tailored to help professionals distinguish and navigate the pivotal trends reshaping the industry. One of the notable shifts is the ascent of private debt and the increasing prominence of digital assets. And you will see that in your CAIA Level 1 curriculum. But beyond these tangible shifts, the curriculum also delves deeper, fostering innovative ways of thinking. In a world rife with uncertainties, understanding geopolitical risks becomes indispensable. Additionally, the ethical considerations in finance are gaining traction, and building robust portfolio structures is more crucial than ever. The CAIA curriculum doesn't just offer knowledge, it offers distinct advantage, ensuring that its adherents are not just reactive but also proactive, always staying one step ahead in their professions. CAIA curriculum is your roadmap to navigating the complex terrains of the modern financial world. So next we look in more detail at what CAIA curriculum currently comprises. So folks here mostly are concerned with level 1. So level 1 comprises that larger topic areas of ethics, introduction to alternatives, real assets, private equity, private debt, hedge funds, digital assets, and portfolio strategies. For candidates who are successful in passing level 1, they can proceed on to level 2, and then the larger topic areas are emerging topics, where we deal with current publications in the alternative investment area from various professional and academic authors. Then we have the topic of universal investment considerations, which includes the mentioned geopolitical topic and also ethical considerations and ESG. Then we have the topic of models, institutional asset owners and IPS, risk and risk management, methods for alternative investments, accessing alternative investments, due diligence and selecting managers, and volatility and complex strategies. So here we look at the structure of level 1 exam. So level 1 exam is comprised of 200 multiple choice questions, which are presented in 2 sections. So each section contains 100 multiple choice questions, and the length of each section is 120 minutes. Between the sections, candidates can take an optional 30-minute break, but they can also, if they choose so, they can proceed on to the second part of the exam without actually taking the break. On the right side of the slide, you see the panel, which represents the approximate weights of the topics. So ethics is 15 to 25% of the exam. Introduction to alternative investments, 20 to 28%. So this topic is very high weight in the exam, so important to have mastered it. Real assets, 11 to 17%. Private equity, 6 to 10%. Private debt, 8 to 12%. Hedge funds, 11 to 17%. Digital assets, 4 to 8%. And portfolio strategies, also 4 to 8%. So looking at the fact that the exam is comprised of 200 multiple choice questions and you altogether have 240 minutes to answer these questions, so slightly more than a minute on average per question, my recommendation is really to budget your time. So as you look at the exam when you are at the test center, you will notice that some of the questions are very straightforward, like definitional questions, and if you have mastered the curriculum, you can answer them in split seconds. Other questions are more involved, such as calculation questions or scenario analysis questions, and you'll immediately see that you will need more time to solve those questions than just 1 minute. So my recommendation is browse through the exam and answer the questions that you can answer quickly first, and mark the questions that you know you will have to think about, you will need more time to think about. Mark them for answering later, so you can actually check those questions for review later. And then as you go through the easy questions, you will accumulate a time bank and feel less anxious once you get to the more challenging questions at the second part of the exam. So how do you actually prepare for the exam? So of course you have distinguished prep providers such as Kaplan helping you in absorbing the material, but we stress the aspect that candidates should read CAIA curriculum itself. And currently CAIA curriculum is available through a digital learning platform, which contains all the tools, content, and terminology you need to pass CAIA alternative analyst exams. So this platform is available only through CAIA Association and is accessible for 18 months from the date of purchase with automatic updates as released. So what do we mean by this? For example, now you have just registered for, if you have registered for the spring exam, spring of 2024, once you register, you get access to this digital learning platform, and this access will be live for 18 months. So if unfortunately a candidate happens not to pass in March of 2024, they will still be able to access this platform for September of 2024 if they decide or need to retake the exam. So after, if they fail even in September or decide not to take it in September, so there's a chance to take exam in spring of 2025. At that point, as we'll see shortly, the curriculum will have changed. About 10 to 20% of the curriculum will change every year. So this new curriculum will automatically be available for the candidates who register now in September. It will be available also when the curriculum changes in October of 2024. So digital learning platform also features handy features such as highlight content, create custom notes, pace your study time, take self-assessments, communicate with other candidates, and much more. So digital environment incorporates almost all learning content, including the full curriculum, curriculum companion. Curriculum companion is a document which contains learning objectives, keywords, all into one single document, and additional readings. And when we say it's almost all learning content, there are some external readings which are available for free to our candidates, such as CFA Institute's Code of Ethics, and also for level 2, it would be the emerging topic articles. So regarding curriculum updates, as I mentioned, the CAIA curriculum is updated annually to bring the newest trends into our main curriculum. And we envision that going forward, it will be 10 to 20% revised each year. The updates happen in October of each year. So when the October registration opens, that's the new curriculum for the next year. We have two formats of the curriculum. So the aforementioned digital platform. So that's the base, the default way of obtaining the curriculum. But also if candidates still prefer to get printed curriculum, such printed curriculum is also available, but it is updated only in October. And so if you happen to register now and you decide not to take the exam in March, not to take it in September, but take it in March of 2025, then you'll have to buy the new copy of print curriculum in October of 2024. So printed curriculum is not updated automatically as the digital curriculum. So there are various curriculum and study tools available on the CAIA website. So access to the digital curriculum is available through CAIA website, and your exam registration includes this access code. Then we have a Standards of Practice Handbook, which is available from CFA Institute, and we have a link from our website, so you can obtain this document for free. We have Candidate Handbook, which outlines the responsibilities and rights of the candidates, and also instruction for what to expect at exam centers when the candidates actually arrive at exam centers. We also have CAIA sample exam. So it is a full-size sample exam. For level 1, it would be 200 questions. This exam is available to candidates after the register, typically a few weeks after the registration is open. And it is the format of the exam is exactly the same as the candidates would see at the Pearson test centers. So we recommend that candidates actually read the curriculum, follow the study guidelines, prepare themselves for the exam, and then take this sample exam later in the process to assess their proficiency in mastering the curriculum. So here's the same tools reiterated again. So one one important tool that was not on the previous slide is the CAIA Curriculum Companion. Previously, it was known as Study Guide. So again, it organizes all learning objectives and keywords into one streamlined document, so you can actually have an overview of the whole curriculum. Also, the same learning objectives and keywords will appear in the digital platform attached to each subsection of the content. So here we take a deeper look at each of the larger topic areas and what lies under the hood. So for the CFA Institute's Code of Ethics, we look at all the standards. All the standards are being tested in the multiple choice part of the exam, and you can expect about 15 to 25% of exam on these professional standards. So introduction to alternative investments, as I mentioned before, this is a larger topic area in level 1. So it's important to master this because this actually helps you to understand further content that gets presented to you in the curriculum. So some of the questions that get answered here is, what is an alternative investment? What is the environment of alternative investments? How to access alternative investments? Quantitative foundations for analyzing alternative investments, statistical foundations, financial economic foundations, derivatives and risk neutral valuation, measures of risk and performance, and alpha, beta, and hypothesis testing. Third topic is real assets. Here we look at natural resources and land, commodities, other real assets, real estate assets, and real estate methods. Then we have the topic of private securities. So two main subtopics of private securities is private equity assets and private equity funds. Here we have introduction to private equity terms and background, overview of 3 forms, so the pre-IPO, private equity investing, venture capital. Venture capital is a compound option valuation, growth equity, buyouts and leveraged buyouts, buyout of private companies, leveraged buyouts, merchant banking, dynamics of private equity opportunities, and exit strategies for private equity investments. In the subsection of private equity funds, we have overview of private equity investment program funds, managing institutional private equity investment program funds as intermediaries, the limited partner and general partner relationship lifecycle, subscription lines in private equity, leveraged buyout funds as vehicles, private equity liquid alternatives, private investments in public equity, private equity secondary markets and structures, and long-hold buyout funds. So private debt. So this is the first year when actually private debt and private equity have been split into 2 topics. So in the section of private debt, we look at private debt and distressed debt, introduction to structuring, and credit risk and credit derivatives. The 6th topic in level 1 is hedge funds. So here we look at the hedge fund structure of hedge fund industry, macro and managed futures funds, event-driven and relative value hedge funds, and equity hedge funds. So topic 7 is digital assets. So here we look mostly at distributed ledger technology. And as part of that, we look at smart contracts and DeFi, introduction to Bitcoin, introduction to Ethereum, payments and tokens, DeFi and Web3, digital assets in institutional portfolios, due diligence of digital assets, digital asset valuation methods, and risks and challenges for digital asset investors. So again, if we compare 2023 curriculum and 2024, this is a new topic in the CAIA curriculum. And the last topic in the level 1 curriculum is portfolio strategies. So here you look at fund of funds and equity-linked structured products. So here we have a few sample questions, which will show you the format of typical exam questions that you can encounter in CAIA level 1 exam. So Here we have a question which asks you to evaluate four potential aspects of distressed debt. So which of the following are common definitions of distressed debt? And you have four different definitions. So definition one, debt that trades at less than half of its principal value. Two, debt with yield to maturity of 1,000 or more basis points above the risk-free rate. Debt rated as CCC or lower by Standard & Poor's. And four, debt with annualized yield volatility in excess of 20%. So the correct answer here is D, that the correct definitions is 1, 2, and 3 only. So basically, if you look at the A, B, C, D, answer choice A excludes definition 1 and says that 2, 3, and 4 are correct. Answer choice B excludes the second definition and says that 1, 3, and 4 are correct. C excludes the third definition and says that 1, 2, and 4 is correct. Whereas D excludes the fourth definition and says that 1, 2, and 3 are correct. So when we evaluate questions of this type, so look at each of the Roman numeral statements and just associate them as true or false categorization. And so you look at the first definition, yes, true. 2, yes, it's true. 3, yes, it's true. 4, it's false. So with that combination, we go to answer choice D, which says 1, 2, and 3 is correct. So the second question here is a typical definitional question. Typically you see these associated with either learning objectives that say define or with keywords. So what characteristic of mezzanine investing allows an investor to purchase the senior debt once it has been repaid to a certain level? Answer choice A, priority of payment, and B, takeout provision, and C, acceleration. And the correct answer here is B, or the takeout provision. And so this is clearly a question from the definition, and typically this type of question can be answered pretty quickly. So here we have another type of a question. So in this type of a question, you are asked to evaluate two aspects of a certain term or concept. So here an analyst is evaluating the risk-return profile of direct fund. The fund combines diversified long and short positions in competitively priced assets with very large simultaneous short positions in out-of-the-money calls and puts. An analysis based on observations from an extended period characterized by relative market calmness is most likely to suggest which of the following return characteristics for direct fund. So answer choices all evolve around high alpha platykurtosis or negative alpha platykurtosis and leptokurtosis. So you have combinations of two aspects, so high alpha platykurtosis, high alpha leptokurtosis, or you switch over to negative alpha and platykurtosis and negative alpha and leptokurtosis. So the correct answer here is high alpha and platykurtosis. So high alpha, that's pretty clear. Platykurtosis means that this distribution actually has flatter tails than the normal distribution and actually lower kurtosis than the normal distribution. When you look at the question itself, actually what's described here is selling insurance. And since this the data you have available to you is characterized by relative market calmness, this actually hides the actual nature of this strategy, which actually might have a negative alpha and leptokurtosis, so higher kurtosis than the normal distribution. So again, when you read this type of question, typically you should imagine that the high alpha true, platykurtosis true, here you see high alpha true, leptokurtosis false, and here it's false true, false false. So the correct answer will be the one which contains the two true statements. Next question is a calculation question. So we have Luke's Locker Corporation, which has made an offer to purchase RBM Corporation for $30 per share. Immediately prior to the announcement, RBM was trading at $15 per share. Directly after the initial announcement, the share price of RBM Corporation moves up to $25 per share. Assume that RBM's share price would fall back to $12 per share if the deal does not go through. Further assume a risk-free interest rate of 0% and that Lucas Fund, an event-driven hedge fund, takes a long position in RBM Corporation and takes a binary call option view of event strategy returns. So viewing this transaction this way, what is the face value of the long position in the riskless bond and the potential payout on the call option in the case of a successful merger? So the correct answer here is 12 and 18. So this looks like a calculation question, but actually in this case, it's just subtracting one share price from another. So buying shares of the target and holding them until the time when the merger goes through or fails can be viewed as a combination of two positions. So we have a long position in a riskless bond with a face value equal to the fallback value of the target stock. So in this case, it's $12, given straight away, and a long position in a binary call option that pays the difference between the fallback value and the offer price if the deal goes through, or it's $30 minus 12 or 18. So the correct answer contains the combination of $12 and $18. So you can have other types of calculation questions where you really need to apply formulas from the curriculum. So in that case, those questions are even more involved. And that concludes my presentation, official presentation part.
希望大家會聽得好清楚嚇。我係 Larry 嚇。喺Kaplan 呢度咧嚇，我係會 in charge 啦呢個 CAIA。今次 Level 1嚇 ，Level 1個 prep course 啦。呢度係我少少嘅個人資料啦嚇。我其實都喺香港或者香港以外啦，其他 markets 啦嚇，喺嗰個金融市場咧都做咗一定嘅時間啦。由傳統嘅投資啦，即係 traditional investments 啦嚇 ，fund management 嗰度，直至到後期喺 private banking 啦，做好多啲 products 有關 products 嘅工作啦。亦都有機會見到好多唔同嘅另類投資啦 ，alternative investments 希望可以咧用到我過去啲經驗啦，可以幫大家去準備到呢個考試啦。好啦，正話Kristaps 就已經係好詳細咁樣介紹咗有關 CAIA 啦 ，CAIA 嗰個考試啦有關嘅資料嘅。喺嗰啲方面咧，我會約莫咁樣帶過啦我之後咧，我會重點咁講少少啦考試嗰陣時咧，有啲乜嘢特點啦我哋要留意下嘅。未講考試之前咧，其實講下 market 先啦。基本上咧，的確係嘅。而家呢個 alternative investments 咧係喺市場上咧比較多啲注意力啊。無論係公司啊。嗱先呢度啦啲公司喺 retail 喺即係機構性投資者啦 institutional 譬如話保險啦，同埋政府方面啦都有好多多咗嘅參與嘅。無論你係喺 buy side 或者 sell side 喺我哋呢度嘅學生都係嘅。我之前嗰啲 classes 啦，好似譬如話呢度見到好多啲譬如 hedge funds 咁啦。有啲 hedge funds 嘅 analyst 啦佢哋都係屬於 buy side 啦。有啲係啲 hedge fund 嘅 sales 啦，屬於 sell side 啦。similarly 係啲 real assets 啦譬如話啲亞洲區好多啦real estate 嘅投資啦。有啲係 family office 嘅入邊做啲real estate 嘅 managers 啦。你見到 buy side sell side 其實對呢類型嘅 alternative investments 其實係過去咧係一路越嚟越多嘅。同埋你見到咧傳統投資咧，見到過往嗰5至10年咧有唔同嘅表現出嚟嘅，同佢過往即係嗰20-30年。令到咧對呢個 alternative investments 個需求更加大。呢度有少少啲數據嘅啫譬如話喺04年啦，即係 alternative 佔咗啲可以投資嘅 market 係6% 啦。 咁去到2018年啦，就變咗12%，即係話用咗14年啊，用咗14年嚇，咁樣佢個 market share 咧係增加咗1倍啦。咁跟住而家估佢咧就唔需要用14年㗎啦嚇，大概用7年，其實都差唔多啦嚇，可能少啲，就已經可以咧再加多6% 嘅 market share 啊。咁裏邊咧啊，咁啊好似正話 Kristaps 都講過啦嚇，咁入邊有好多唔同類型嘅alternative 啦，咁啊 private equities 啦、hedge funds 啦，仍然都係主打嘅呢啲 mainstream 嚟嘅嚇。咁當然啦，佢哋嗰個 market shares 咧嚇個 growth 係唔同嘅。咁啊舉例講 hedge fund 係冇以前咁多噶啦嚇 ，private equities 就多啲啦。咁另外一邊有啲又係 Kristaps 正話提過啦 ，private debt 啦嚇，咁啊就係因為咁咧喺個 CAIA 啦個 exam 咧，佢入邊係加咗 private debt 呢個 topics 啦，呢2年。infrastructures 都係，咁啊見到呢個就係個 market 嘅趨勢啦嚇。咁啊，我就有講過，而家係因為個 market 係變得好緊要，過往個5至10年啦。咁啊，點樣可以攞到更加好嘅 diversifications 咧？咁以前傳統嚟講，你一係股票，一係債券啦嚇。咁啊66成股票嚇，跟住4成債券咁樣得㗎啦。咁而家唔同啦嚇，因為其實而家呢個好多唔同啲我哋話啲factors 影響到 market 啦嚇。咁變咗咧，我哋除咗 diversification 之外咧，咁另外一啲譬如話今年就好翻啲啦，因為個 interest rate 上翻嚟啦。咁前2-3年咧，你好難揾到 yield enhancements 啦。有啲 inflation hedge 咧，而家驚 inflation 啊繼續係咁嚴重啦嚇。咁呢全部都係個傳統投資咧，未必有足夠嘅嚇，對嗰個投資者嚟講。咁故所以咧 alternative investments 咧個 market share 你見到係一路咁升緊嘅。咁啊，最唔單止 market share 升緊啦，咁呢度就講緊個 market share 啦 ，by AUM 啦。咁啊就講過啦嚇，咁啊應該係去到2024年左右啦嚇，估計啦。咁啊佔咗可以投資嘅 market 咧，大概係18%嚇，或者多少少啦。係有增加嘅，係有增加嘅，呢度一路係升緊嘅。咁但係最緊要咧就係咧。如果係講分 house 咧，佢哋嘅收益嘅個 revenue alternative investments 咧而家估計咧係到2024年啦佔咗啲分 house 嘅收益係接近49%。你見到 AUM 去到 18% revenue 個 share 去到49%，即係佢會係更加高 margin 嘅 product。咁所以咧咁對呢方面嘅人才咧咁更加會係更加多啲需求啦。好啦，咁呢啲有關個 CAIA 啦你參加咗 CAIA 個考試啦咁啲 benefits 啦，咁正話 Kristaps 咧已經係好詳細介紹過啦。咁考試嗰度，咧係呢幾個 topics 啦每一個 topics 咧入邊有好多 learning outcomes 嘅。咁正話 Kristaps 亦都係逐一咁介紹過咁係好多嘅，記唔記得譬如話 Introduction to Alternative Investments 咁入邊一開始講好多咩叫 alternative 啦，之後講 quantitative 啦嘅 foundations， 講 statistics 啦 foundations， 講 economics 啦 foundations。據過往經驗咧呢個咧就係最難嘅。雖然佢個名叫 Introductions 啦咁但係據過往經驗咧呢個咧，因為佢入邊個 topic 好多個 weighting 都好大咁亦都係最難。咁亦都係比較多啲數計咁去到下低嗰啲咧有唔同嘅 asset class 而家 sub asset class real assets hedge funds private equities 就 more qualitative 嘅都有數嘅，但係相對上係冇咁多。咁所以咧後邊咧我有幾張 slide 想帶俾大家睇啦喺個 introduction to alternative investments 我唔係想 focus 喺個數因為咧好多時咧個 concept 係最緊要咁其實個考試嘅目的都係個數，唔係想難啲 candidates 不過你要明咗之後咧條數咧應該比較易計啲嘅咁一陣間會睇下呢啲考試嘅報考嗰啲資料啦passing rate 冇以前咁好啦近呢幾年咧係跌咗嘅近呢幾年係跌咗嘅其實都係幾一致嘅，同其他啲公開嘅專業試嚟講。部分原因咧就可能係咧呢一段時段咧係比較混亂少少啦，因為有 Covid 啦咁 咁希望而家 Covid 過咗之後呢，個 passing rate 會高翻啦。咁啊，視乎情況啦。好啦，咁我就講過啦嚇，有啲topics 咧嚇，佢係個內容咧係可能有少少 quant 嘅嚇。咁啊特別喺過往啲同學咧，因為佢唔係話真係讀個 finance 啊，讀個 investments 啊嚇，咁但係佢又想學嚇多啲呢方面嘅知識嚇，咁又怕啦嚇要計數。咁我想 show 俾大家睇啦嚇，咁有陣時你唔係一定要計數嘅嚇，咁你識咗 concept 咧計數咧反而會唔係一個問題。好啦。咁啊喺我就講過個 Introduction to Alternative Investments 入邊咧嚇，咁啊有個 topics 咧係講一啲 risk 嘅。咁其實呢個唔係單單係 alternative， 有啲傳統投資都會講嘅嚇。你唔係單單講回報，你講埋風險。咁喺呢度咧，我哋要學啦嚇，點樣去計量度嗰個風險啦。咁啊其中有一種方法咧就叫做 value at risk 啦。value at risk。咁啊 value at risk 咧有一種係利用一啲statistical 嘅方法啦，呢個 parametric models 啊，咁就係咧 assume 咗咧啲投資嘅結果咧係 normally distributed 嚇，咁啊唔驚嘅嚇，你哋如果就算之前係冇見過呢啲 terms 唔驚，因為上堂會再講翻嚇。咁啊除咗呢個方法之外咧，仲有其他方法嘅。如果我哋覺得佢唔係 follow 呢個 normal distributions 嘅話咧，我哋可以用其他方法啦 ，historical data 啊 ，Monte Carlo 咁樣。咁呢個 topic 就係要求啲 candidates 明白到啦嚇，有啲咩唔同嘅方法，有咩好處，咩唔好處，咩情況底下用咩方法係最好嘅。好啦，咁啊翻轉頭呢講個 parametrics 啊，咁啊有啲 stat 嗰啲讀過 stat 嗰啲，大家都應該好明白嗰個 normal distributions 咧就係呢條 curve。咁我哋要計咧就係咧。咁啊中間呢個咧就係我哋 expected value 即係譬如話你有個投資組合啦佢嘅回報係幾多啦？咁啊回報係幾多？我哋係 expect 嘅啫，我哋期望嘅啫。咁啊唔係話一定啊嘛。咁啊有機會咧係會低嘅。咁即係話呢邊咧係 loss 啦。咁呢邊咧就係 gain 啦。咁啊我哋會係。有啲乜嘢機會係輸幾多錢呢？咁樣一個 specified 嘅 probabilities 啦，喺一定嘅時候裏邊呢，我哋會輸幾多錢？咁呢個就係 VAR 要做嘅嘢咁啊要計嘅。咁啊有啲formula 啦，呢個一齊啦，同埋呢個。咁啊只要將呢三樣嘢乘埋呢，就係個 VAR。咁故所以呢，如果要計呢。如果你喺條題目嗰度揾到呢三樣嘢乘埋去就係㗎啦。咁當然啦，計就唔難嘅只不過咧你要明白咧呢三樣嘢係乜嘢嚟咯咁啊 for example 啦，咁而家有個 funds 啦咁如果個 market value 係總共值1000萬嘅 10 million 啦。咁而家有個 term 咧叫 standard deviation， 咁基本上咧係愛嚟量度下啦佢每一日呢度講 daily 啦，佢上落大概會係幾多啦咁啊，知道每日大概上落幾多，跟住如果我哋而家係計10日嘅，咁我有個方法啦將每一日嘅波幅變成係10日嘅波幅啦咁跟住咧，好似正話條 formula 咁樣啦，乘呢三樣嘢計出嚟呢粒數咧就叫 VAR 咁計係計到呢度咁多，咁但係上堂我哋要知道就係呢三樣嘢代表乜嘢咁呢個咧有陣時問題就會問到嘅唔係一定要計數。咁啊，仲會講埋啦我哋而家將唔同嘅投資放埋一齊啦個 correlations 嘅影響咁啊有啲係correlation 即係唔同投資佢哋嘅關係，咁有陣時係一齊升一齊跌嘅咁呢個就係1有陣時咧一隻升一隻跌嘅呢個-1咁你見到啦，如果一齊升嘅咁樣你個 VAR 咧即係個風險咧係將個別嘅風險加晒佢。咁如果你唔係一齊升一齊跌嘅，如果呢個 correlation 係0嘅話咧，咁我哋係加晒佢，但係咧要除翻呢個 square root 2嘅。咁呢個講緊係兩種投資嘅啫。咁凡係你除翻個 square root 2咧，即係話呢個心係個 portfolio 嘅 VAR 咧就會細啲。咁呢個就係個 diversification effect 啦。好啦，跟住再落咧咁有啲係講就係講個 financial economics 嘅 foundations 啦。咁咧就係唔係講話 demand curve 或 supply curve 嗰啲嘅呢度，咁呢度係會提到一啲叫做 options 嘅嘢。咁你 options 嘅嘢當然啦，如果要計數嘅好多嘢，好多數都去計。咁又係啦， 個 focus 咧應該放喺邊咧唔係話計嗰個 value啊。我哋要睇下啦有啲乜嘢 options 啦，一個 call 啦，一個 put 啦。如果將佢哋放埋一齊啦咁啊叫 option strategies 啦，譬如話一個 spread strategies 啦咁樣佢哋嘅 effect 係點樣喺咩時候我哋做啲乜嘢 strategies 咁啊？譬如話呢度睇下咁首先要認識到啦咩叫個 call。你揸住個 call 咧，即係你有權去買啲嘢。咁幾時會買咧？咁你會 exercise 嘅，你 exercise 個 right 啦如果佢係升嘅，呢度係嗰個 underlying asset 啦。For example 呢個係嗰個 stock price 啦咁stock price 係升嘅話咧，你就會賺錢嘅，你先會 exercise 嘅。如果佢唔升嘅話咧，喺呢邊咧你係唔會 exercise 嘅。所以咧do not exercise。咁你最多係輸咩咧？就輸呢個 options 嘅期權金咯。呢個 option premium 咁我哋要明白到啦佢個運作啦。咁其他啲都係好類似噶啦。put 又係咪呢個係你可以 long 啦，你可以 short 啦。咁short 就即係好似正話 long 調翻轉啦。跟住就 put 啦put 咧就即係你有個 right 去 sell。咁呢度調翻轉啦呢度咧你賣就係喺個 strike price 度賣啦。喺呢邊咧你就會 exercise 啦。因為咧當個 market price 係低過 strike，即係話你可以用一個更加高嘅價錢咧係將佢賣出去啦。咁如果佢個 stock price 係冇跌嘅係升嘅，你就唔會用個 strike price 去賣噶嘛因為個市價更加高。咁呢啲唔同嘅effect啲 call put long short 咁好似呢度咁放埋一齊咧，咁呢啲我叫 option strategies 啦咁你見到啦，我哋有條紅線，有條藍線，咁變咗係有唔同嘅 exposure 啦。譬如呢個係 stock，呢個係 call 啦，即係話你有個 stock short 個 call 啦。咁我哋得出嚟咧個 net effect 咧就係咁樣啦咁調翻轉 protective put 咧個 net effect 就係咁樣啦。咁視乎你個 view 啦，你對個市場嘅睇法啦咁市場嘅睇法，如果你都升唔升得幾多嘅，咁你賺少少期權金咯但係如果你驚佢跌嘅，咪做個 protective put 咯。咁我哋用啲唔同嘅 option 就可以做唔同嘅 strategies， 係唔同嘅情況。好啦，咁呢啲我正話提過啲 spread 嘅 strategies 啦。所謂 spread 就即係咧你嗰個 P&L 咧就會喺一個 range 入邊嘅，喺個 range 入邊嘅。咁即係譬如話你覺得個市況都係上落唔多噶啦，喺個 range 入邊，我哋用個 spread strategies 啦。咁好似正話 Chris 咁樣啦，我哋都會喺上堂我會講一啲題目啦咁呢個題目譬如話呢條咁樣冇數計嘅，係冇數計嘅。咁只不過考我哋大家識唔識去運用翻唔同嘅衍生工具啦。咁呢度就話緊咧，如果我哋已經係揸住一個 commodity producer 嘅 debt 即係譬如話間油公司嘅債券啦咁我驚佢會冇錢還，會違約嘅 default。咁我應該有咩方法咧去 hedge 啦咁而家個 hedge 係 hedge 咩咧？我哋要知道啦我哋 hedge 我哋嘅 downside 啦，梗係即係譬如話啲油跌咗嗰間公司咪冇錢咯，冇錢咪我哋會有損失咯咁hedge 個 downside 啦，咁就咁講啦你如果係講 options 嘅話咧你 sell option 係收個期權金嘅啫咁所以你 hedge 唔到 downside 嘅。咁點樣先 hedge 個 downside 咧？就應該 buy 個 put 啦咁你可以 hedge 個 downside 啦。咁可能你都會諗下，咁如果 sell 個 future 咪一樣sell 個 futures 一樣。咁 sell 個 futures 咧咁我哋咧就有個 upside risk 嘅，因為我個 debt 咧係冇 upside。因為你如果係買債券咧係冇 upside。咁如果 commodities 係升咗嘅話咧，你 sell 個 futures 咧你會蝕錢。但係你個 debt 咧係唔會賺錢嘅，所以呢個唔係一個 perfect hedge 啦。OK， 好啦，咁我希望呢個好簡短嘅即係一個介紹啦入邊一啲有關啲要唔要計數個考試嗰陣時我哋 focus 喺邊度咁俾大家啲ideas